Peace, everybody. It's your boy. Let's talk. We back with another video. All right, man. So this whole Anton Daniels Corey Holcomb situation, it's been growing a life of its own. I think I said it before. I'm gonna keep saying it because it just seems like it's just keep getting bigger and bigger every single day, and I think that's due to all the people reacting to it. I don't think it's really the two men itself. Although Anton is, he's capitalizing on the whole situation. He's making plenty of videos talking about the different scenarios, talking about Craig facts, saying that Corey Holcombs was shaking like a stripper. And I'm more than willing to bet that this coming Tuesday, when the 5150 show air again, I think Craig and Corey and I'm sure they're probably going to talk more about it. And I think once they do talk more about it, I think that's going to give more ammunition for not just Anton, but everyone else, people like myself and others, to talk more about it as well. Well, I think I got a solution for all this, for both of them to squash it, um, at least physically anyway. And the solution is simple. I think they should box. Like I think they should really settle this beef in the ring, old school way. Like back in the day, if you had a disagreement with someone, you put on the gloves, you box it out, you shake hands afterwards, or you don't shake hands, you just move on. But you let bygones be bygones, and you have a respect for one another because y'all decided to hash it out like men and settle with your hands. Because nowadays people, like to play with gunplay and all this old other punk stuff, which I think is uncalled for. You don't even got to go that route. Just put on a pair of gloves and duke it out in the ring. And I think that the timing is perfect actually because now we're living in an age where you got a bunch of celebrities or just public figures, duking it out in the ring. Just look at most recently, later last year, when you had Charleston White duking it out with one of the Island Boy brothers in the ring. Charleston White won that fight, but the Island Boy, he got a lot of respect for deciding to get in the ring and duke it out with Unc. And now we got two Unks, beefing with each other. And because, I'm a former fighter, I'm a former boxer, I think that's the best way to solve, damn near everything. Just duke it out in the ring. And they both can generate a lot of revenue from this. Only for the simple fact that you already know that people is going to be talking about it. People are going to have their opinions. Some people going to agree with it. Some people not going to agree with it. People going to be saying they too old to do all that stuff. But shoot, we just had 58-year-old Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul. And although Mike Tyson wasn't the Mike Tyson we was all used to growing up, but he still was inside there with a young, hungry fighter. Some people say that he got power, which was still questionable, but he had decent enough power to be able to knock people out, regular people anyway. And he's Mike Tyson. He still made a good count of himself. He didn't end up getting knocked out like Jake Paul did so many other people. So I think they should be able to duke it out in the ring, and it don't have to be like within the next month or so. If they was to organize a fight, it should be later on this year, because we're in January now. We're in the middle of January, and if they set the fight to somewhere like August or September, October, November, something like that, that's plenty of time for both of them guys to get in a decent amount of shape. Because neither one of them look like they in really good shape right now. So they would have 8, 9, 10 months somewhere along that line, depending on when the fight would be, which month, to get in pretty good shape. And I don't think they're going to lose a whole lot of weight, so it probably would be in the heavyweight category. And it's not like they have to box like real professional boxers because neither one of them are real professional boxers. So it can be a situation where they both wear headgear. Instead of wearing 10-ounce gloves, they can wear 14-ounce gloves, 16-ounce gloves, something like that. And it can be a 4 rounder, 3 minutes a round, or do it like the female boxers, 2 minutes a round, a 4 rounder, or maybe five or six. But just off that alone, they would generate a lot of money doing that. And Anton, he got the bag chasers. He love making money, and we know that Corey Holcomb love making money too. So I say, why not? You're gonna have people tuning in just to see who's gonna win, or just to see someone potentially get knocked out. But I think it would be entertaining, and it would be good for the culture for the simple fact that they actually hatch it out like men instead of running their mouths on the internet and neither one of them doing anything. And at this point, Corey Holcomb, he gotta come back with something because he tried to play Anton on his show and end up getting played. And now you got a lot of people online trying to defend him, and Anton is just running with it. Like he's milking it, he's loving it, and rightfully so because I'll be doing the same thing that Anton is doing. Like I'll be collecting a bag off this stuff, and just like I said, bag chasers. So if they fought, this will be a money move because you already know someone will put up the money for them to fight, and they can potentially make $1 million or in a high hundred thousands fighting. And because they're two public figures, they're two presents, and this whole altercation, it went viral. It's on every single social media platform you can think about, and you got people all across the board talking about this stuff. You even got like the Joe Putton podcast and everyone, and Mark Lamont Hill, everyone talking about this. So you know it's going to be something, and you know celebrities will be there. And for the simple fact that now we have promotional companies that promote this very spectacle because, like, let's face it, it will be a spectacle. It's not like it's going to be an actual real boxing event. It's going to be a show. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be a spectacle. So they can even do something like with Gilly and Wallow on they knockout kings fights. They can do something with Aiden Ross with his boxing promotion, Misfit Boxing with Andrew Tate, Jake Paul with his promotions, or some other entity that we don't know about. But it's so many opportunities right now in the game where they can capitalize off this. So I say if they, keep going about it like this, you might as well just hash it out in the ring because they could have fought right then and there, but neither one of them did anything. Although Anton seemed like he really did wanted to fight, want to take it outside, and Corey Holcomb, he kind of backed down after he seen that Anton wasn't, backing down himself. So this would be the opportunity to course correct. And y'all might call me crazy for making this video talking about this, but shoot, like I just said, Charleston White in his late 40s, and he just beat up a young person. Like, so I don't think Charleston White is old as Corey Holcomb, but he still ain't no spring chicken. He's in his late 40s. He's actually older. He's in between both Anton and Corey because he's older than Anton, but he's younger than Corey. And if Corey got in good enough shape, then what's the problem? Because a lot of people were saying that if Anton had said it again, then Corey wouldn't have went up in his mouth. So in hindsight, they would say that Corey will beat him up in a physical fight. So if that's the case, then why not just put it all out, put it in the ring, and really test yourself? And you have a mediator right there, which is the referee. So it ain't got to be like no slug, like not like holding each other, wrestling, all that stuff, going to the ground like it's MMA. I mean, shoot. I don't know if Dana White would do something like that, host it as a UFC type fight, but shoot, that would be cool too. But however way it goes, I think they should just settle it in a ring as men, just like old school ways, because they both from the old school, And this is how we did it in the old school. Just do it just like that and make a whole lot of money by doing it instead of doing it for free. So that's just my thoughts on it. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.